Hello Aquarius, this is your astrology forecast for July. There's a lot of big news this month, and the biggest news is that Jupiter, planet of good fortune, blessings, abundance, luck, changes sign, goes out of Cancer and into Leo on the 17th of the month. But more about that a little later, but just to tell you that it's going to be very complementary to your sign. Let me break the month down for you so that you can structure your month and know what's happening with the important dates. On the 2nd of the month, Mercury, planet of communications, planet that rules computers and technology and travel, goes direct. And it's a breath of relief for you because you are an air sign and you are definitely affected by Mercury retrograde. I'm sure there have been misunderstandings, emails lost, things lost, miscommunications during the retrograde, especially as it's been in Gemini and it's been in your 5th house. But now it goes direct in the 5th house and along with Venus in the 5th house for the first 18 days of the month. This should be really good for those of you that are in the entertainment industry. This should be all stations go if you need to sign a contract. It's also good for those of you who are in business for yourself or who want to start a business or anything that's in the creative industry. This is really very positive for you. It's also the house of romance. So if you want a new romance, then certainly the first couple of weeks of the month Venus could bring that to you. If you've got an existing romance, this also could be a new stimulation, something new happening in your existing relationship. It's also good to do with anything connected with children, opening up for you. And on the 12th of the month, we've got a full moon in Capricorn. And this full moon is happening in your 12th house, joining Pluto. So, Aquarians, this is shining a light on you, making sure that you're taking some time out for yourself. That you're not just all go, 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 busy, 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 but that you have time in silence. Maybe take some time in nature. Take some time to be with an animal. But this quietness is important. And it's also important because it's going to enable you to go more deeply inside and get a lot of answers from within. Instead of looking outside of yourself, it's time to look inside because this full moon in Capricorn is going to help you with that. It also may be a time where you really help somebody else. You do something charitably and help somebody. And that could be very fulfilling for you Aquarians, because Aquarians, you are the natural humanitarian of the zodiac and you really want to make this world a better place. So, on to the Jupiter. Jupiter changes sign. It's been in your 6th house all year and is there for the first 16 days of the month. So still for the first couple of weeks of the month, some possible new opportunity coming up with work, somebody wanting to support you or help you. And then the really big news is that Jupiter on the 17th goes into your 7th house of relationships, Aquarius, where it stays until the 12th of August of next year. So this is going to bring about an opportunity for huge growth in relationships. Jupiter there can bring a marriage. It can bring somebody that you really grow and learn with. It certainly can bring more than one relationship. And it's a wonderful time for expanding your understanding of how you interact in relationships, how you feel in your relationships, and as well because this Jupiter is going to be making a very friendly aspect with Uranus, your ruler, especially in September and next year in March and June, but pretty much all year this lovely aspect that it's making, a trine aspect. So really a sudden new relationship can come into your life just out of the blue, could come from a networking event, some kind of networking where you suddenly meet somebody who could change your life It's really life-changing. So, of course, very exciting. And as well, on the 23rd of the month, we've got the sun coming into the 7th house, shining a light on your relationships. Now, I must add that Jupiter, whilst it is certainly the planet of good fortune, it also magnifies whatever it touches. So if your relationships are going well, then they're going to go even better. If there have been issues in relationships, then you're going to get more learning experiences until you learn the lessons and then move into a better, healthier space. As if that wasn't enough going on in your 7th house, Aquarians, then we've got a new moon in Leo. Also happening in this 7th house for you. It's really powerful times, new beginnings in your relationships, new beginnings how you interact, the balance of power in your relationships, opportunities, so many opportunities in relationships this month and this year. So this will be a very exciting time for you. And for the first 26 days, we've still got Mars in your 9th house. So this is a good time to pursue higher learning, higher study, and also to plan travel, maybe plan a trip and go on a trip spontaneously, quickly, without too much thought. You may find yourself somewhere else. On the 27th of July, Mars changes sign and joins Saturn in your 10th house. This should be very powerful for you. Mars in Scorpio is already a very strong placement, and Mars is going to push you forwards with your career. You're going to have to really focus yourself. Saturn wants you to focus. Mars is going to give you energy, but Saturn says, now hang on a minute, you can't be all over the place. You need to focus on something and really make it practical, realistic and tangible. So that's going to be important about your career goals. If you can do that, you can achieve a lot of success, especially end of this month and into next month. We've got a little more challenging aspect. It's called the quincunx aspect. It's a 150-degree aspect, and that's happening between Saturn and Uranus. So this is quite important because what a quincunx does, you've got to kind of make adjustments and compromises. Now Uranus is your ruler and needs freedom and independence above all. And it's quincunx to Saturn. So Saturn is saying to you now, okay, you can have your freedom, but you need to put a solid structure into some of your ideas so you can make them tangible and real. So it's about balancing freedom and responsibility and making those adjustments and not getting too carried away in one direction and neglecting the other. So I'd love for you to have your chart, to look at your chart and to look at this Jupiter transit, how it's going to affect you personally, and of course all the other transits that are going on for you personally. So check out my website with the link below, and thank you for subscribing, commenting, sharing. I really appreciate it. Have a great month. Bye for now.